Hey there, everyone. Good morning. It's Friday. Yay. And what is Friday? Joyful Friday. Good morning. Welcome to everyone. And there are my friends waiting for today. There's Loretta, Elizabeth, Leslie, Debbie, Bren. Hi, Bren. Sherry. And who else do we have? Diane. She's Dream Big, or is it Diana? I'm not sure if it's Diane or Diana. And there's quite a few people on today. And there's Diane and Renee. How are you? How are you all? So today it's Friday. Yay, we made it. And we are doing a really fun craft with our joy because Fridays are all about the joy. That's why we call them Joyful Fridays. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about downloading images, or I should say downloading SVGs from a site and how to use them on your joy. Some of these projects are just perfect for the joy, and so I wanted to show you how they work. This one here is I call this a sliced form card. I think Lori Whitlock calls it something different, but you see how it folds down flat and you can put it in an envelope, and then it opens up and it's kind of like one of those love pop cards, See how it is assembled? So easy. We're going to assemble one. I already cut another one out, but I want to show you start to finish how you're going to upload these onto your iPad. We're going to do the iPad today. We're going to do upload to your iPad, and then we are going to cut it out with the joy, and we're going to talk about how to cut it out and all of that, and then we'll assemble it. It's a really easy assembly, and in fact you do have to, it's a little gentle because if you pick it up the wrong way, it comes apart, and there's really no way to sort of keep it together, so you have to be careful about when you give it to somebody. If you give it to like a kid, and it might fall apart, but it's really adorable. Now, some of them that she makes are inside of a card, and you could keep it inside of a card, very similar to some of the files that we've seen in Design Space. So we're going outside of Design Space today, and today we're going to actually work on a site that is by a designer named Lori Whitlock. Now, Lori Whitlock has been designing for a long time. She has a website, and she is mostly for silhouette machines, but she's been selling her SVGs, and that's the great thing about when you sell an SVG or give away an SVG. They can be used in all the cutting machines out there. So the electronic cutting machines, clearly they can't be used in like a die cut machine, sort of what we saw the other day, but it can be used in electronic, and there are other electronics, but today I wanted to talk about the joy and how we can use these on the joy. A lot of people will say, well, I want to make that, but I only have the joy. Well, in some cases, the files are completely fine to cut on the joy, and in fact are better than some of the Cricut Design Space files because they usually don't have any scoring in them, because that is just sort of a weird thing with the designer, is they're not allowed to upload images that have scoring in them. So what they have done is okay, thank you. Oh, it's Friday. I guess everybody's walking their dog. So what they have done is they have gone, come here, stop barking. They've gone and put in like a sort of like a dashed line in place of the scoring. Thankfully, though, today's one that we're working on, which is this kind has no scoring at all. So making it almost perfect for the Joy. And I'm going to go to her website, which is shop.lorywhitlock.com. See that? And if you go there in the next 2 days, she has something that she does every month. She has what's called a blog hop. So right here, you can get 30% off of your files as long as you use this coupon. I'm not going to go through all this. You know, you can figure all this out yourself. But I have been a customer of hers for a very long time, and I wanted to show you. Recently, I took advantage of that blog hop, and I bought these cards. This is a 5x7. Now I know you're going to go 5x7, Rita. I thought 5x7 couldn't be cut on the Joy. Well, it actually can be. It's because in this case, the pieces are smaller than 4 1/4. So the end product, the end result is a 5x7 inch card, but all of the pieces together are not 5x7, you see. So in this case, I've already purchased this one. You see this one, it says grid. They call it 5x7 grid pop-up card Valentine Cupid. And here is a 5x7 grid pop-up card Valentine jar, like a mason jar. So let's go ahead. I've already placed an order for these. So I'm going to hit this like down arrow, which is download. And you see here, there is this link here. Now I'm working on my laptop. You do not need to do this on your I'm sorry, I'm working on my iPad. You do not need to do it on your iPad if you don't have one. You can also do it on your computer or your laptop or whatever. You could even do it on your mobile phone if you wanted to, okay? And then what we're going to do is hit this link. It's a zip file, but because it's an iPad, it's going to download. Now let's see. See where it says download? So I'm going to hit download. Now I'm going to go to my files. Now, if you have never used the files, you may need to download it from the App Store. But this is what I'm looking for. You see it looks like files. So I'm going to go in there, and then from my files, you see on my iPad, it says downloads on my iPad. So I'm going to look for a zip file, because zip means it's all buttoned up so that it's easier to transfer from one computer to the other, okay? And what I'm going to do, I see here, I've got 4 different zip files, but only 3 of them are from Lori Whitlock. I know that because her title says LW, the title of the project. So what I'm going to do is press and hold on that zip, and you get a pop-up menu, okay? And what you're going to do on this pop-up menu is you're going to choose uncompress, okay? And something moves, and what you'll see is that it actually created a folder. So this is the folder. Now the folder consists of 3 things. There is this, which is her terms of service or terms of use. It tells you how you can use her product. This is an image of what you just purchased and uploaded. So this is what you're going to be uploading. And then here is the actual SVG. If you click on it, it's just going to show you all the different pieces. Okay? So that's what we're going to be doing. And then we're going to hop on over to Cricut Design Space. Let's just go as if we just logged in. And I'm going to choose my machine as Joy. Okay. And there it is. I'm also connected via Bluetooth, and I just want to show you how you would do that. From here, you go to Bluetooth and make sure that your Joy was connected, okay? So now let's go back to Design Space. And we're going to, let's start this as new, and we'll replace this. Now what we're going to do is go down to the bottom here where it says upload. Okay, so you're going to click on upload, and you have 4 choices. You can take a photo, you can choose from your photo library, you can browse your files, or you can open your uploaded images. So I have a lot of uploaded images. I want to just show you what that looks like. So when you go to uploaded images, look at these are all uploads. And in fact, I've got several that are duplicated. And so I keep this in my upload files or library. I have almost 2,000 uploaded images here. And so if you wanted to search through there, you could. But instead, I'm going to go to upload and I'm going to choose browse files. So when I choose browse files, I get this, I come to downloads. Okay, that's why we needed to uncompress, because when you come here you can see these are the zipped files, and you notice I cannot touch on them and open them up, so you have to do that compress uncompress version first. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this. I think it's Cupid because it says grid and then dot 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 UPID, which is probably Cupid. So I'm going to click on that. Oops. I'm going to click on that. And remember, we have these three things. We're going to choose this one. If we chose these other two, it wouldn't work. This one wouldn't even allow us to upload. This one is a picture, and it's a very backward way of doing this project. So we're going to choose this, right? And we're going to choose done. I hope it did it. Yep. I uploaded it. Okay, so here it is uploaded, and now I need to name it. So everybody has their own way of doing things, but my naming system is I always type in LW for Lori Whitlock, and then I write what it is. So it's a Cupid. I call this a slice form card. But you can call it whatever you want. This is your naming system, so you can call it whatever you want. All right, and then you hit save. Now, once you finish that, it comes and it brings it to your canvas. Okay. Now, this is going to be it's going to be perfect. We don't need to actually redo this, but I will show you something. If you go to layers and you have a look here, there is this one layer here, the naming layer, that is not going to cut well. So what we're going to do is ungroup this. And let me get bigger so you can see. So you see here, this is the naming like sort of structure. So you want to just go ahead and hide that layer, okay? Because see how it has an exclamation point right here? So you're not gonna be able to cut this, nor would you want to. You don't want to cut it. It's mostly just directions, okay? But then you'll see that all of the other pieces are free to move around. So we're going to grab them all, and hopefully I can do this. We're going to arrange. I hope this works. Distribute horizontally. No. Distribute vertically. No. How come this doesn't work? Arrange it all. So we have to do it by hand. So we're going to take each piece and sort of bring it onto each other, that sort of thing. And we're going to look and see to make sure that these pieces, I don't understand why that doesn't work, but all right. So whatever. We've just put them all together. Now, the biggest pieces are this one, and we got to look at the size of it. So we're going to look at edit. And you see here that the width is 4.24. That's perfect because when you're working with the Cricut Joy, one of your pieces has to be, one of the measurements has to be under 4.25, 4.25 inches. So our biggest piece here is 4.24, meaning the rest of these are going to work out. Right? Now, one of the things before we go to cut this, I want to point out is that in this particular file, there is this Happy Valentine's Day on here. But since Valentine's Day is gone, and also because it's a little problematic with her files, she'd want you to do for this, for instance, she'd want you to flatten it and do it as a print and cut. Instead, because I'm working on the Joy and you can't do print and cut, what I'm going to do is I am going to go to actions and I'm going to ungroup the Happy Valentine's Day. Now, if I wanted to, I could change this to a writing instead of cutting. But I found when you do the writing part, for her files, the writing part, it will be like bubble letters. So for example, let's go here and we'll just do edit and we'll change that Happy Valentine's Day to pen and we'll choose marker. Let's try that. And you see here, it's still this bubble letter. Now we could try it and we could try using a fat, this is a permanent marker 1.0. We could try it and I can show you how it's going to look. But I don't think that you'll be happy with it, but we'll try it anyway. So here I am. I'm going to select these both and then I'm going to hit attach because writing is always attached to things instead of grouped. It's attached and then it will appear on that piece that it's attached to. All right. Now we're actually ready. Now we're actually ready for cutting this out. And again, remember, I have my Joy here and it is already set up for Bluetooth, but now I want to talk about materials. So at first I thought, well, maybe I can use some of this paper, this smart paper, and actually cut from a large piece. I cut pieces that are 5.5 inches, but this red is not nearly as red as I want it to be. So, and the black even isn't that black, you see? So I decided instead to work with cardstock. So this cardstock is, let me just show you, it's what we've used before and you can use it for your Joy. So you can either start with a 12 by 12 inch sheet of Cricut cardstock or whatever cardstock, but I usually just work with my 8.5 by 11. It means less waste. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take this, which is my cutting precision cutter, and I'm going to take, just move this. I'm going to take the arm out here and I'm going to put it in the long way like this. And I'm going to cut it at 4.5 inches. Now it isn't quite, if you do 4.5, you'll have 2 sheets, but not 2 full wide sheets. Okay, so you can use this. You just have to be careful about when you're cutting it out, if it doesn't appear on the page. Now you can also buy smaller, whatever. It's up to you what you want to do. But what I have done here is I have used these 12-inch mats. There are also 6-inch mats, but I'll be honest with you, I like the 12-inch mats much better. So for this file, we have 4 different colors. We have pink, white, green, black, and red. I'm going to also need another white, so I'll show you that. Now, these are 12 inches, but you will note here that it's not quite all the way to the bottom. These are 12 inches. This is an 11-inch sheet of paper, so you do need to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this. All right, now when you're working with the Joy, it's going to automatically default to without the mat. So you do need to make some adjustments here. So I'm going to come up here and I am going to, let me just make this easier. Okay, I'm going to choose material load type. I'm going to choose on the mat, okay? Now, when I do that, it automatically assumes that I have that short mat, but I don't. I have the 12-inch mat, so I'm going to change my material size to 12 inches. Now, you'll notice that even though I changed it to 12 inches, that's why I needed that extra piece of cardstock. I'm going to do the same with all the rest of them on mat and choose 12 inch. And this one here on the mat. And we don't have to worry about it being 12 inches. It's only one piece. And then same here on the mat. And it automatically defaulted to the 12 inch. Okay, so there are all of mats ready to go, ready to cut out. Isn't this easy? See, and I'm just checking my mats to make sure nothing is beyond the 11 inches, and nothing is. At this point, if you wanted to move things around, you can also do that. And here we go. So we're going to hit next. This is going very fast. It's okay. I'm sorry if I go too fast. I'm trying to keep it slow so you understand. But yeah, it takes practice. Don't give up. It takes practice, and a lot of people are kind of new to the iPad. I've been working with the iPad for a long time, so it does come a little bit easier to me. And I apologize if I'm going a little too fast, but you can always re-watch the video and find out all the steps. And I would encourage you to do that. So here we go. We're on the cutting phase, and we're going to look for the material. So I'm going to choose under cardstock. I usually choose medium cardstock, and then I add more pressure. So that's what I'm going to do, more pressure. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on remember material settings. Okay. And now, believe it or not, we are ready to cut. We have to get our mats ready. I already did that. So here, what we're going to do, I'll just show you. So here are my 4 mats. I don't have any more than 4 mats. So I'm going to have to put this on a 5th mat. But they're all set and they're all on here. Okay. And now I'm going to take my Joy. I always feel weird about yanking it over here, but we're going to do the white one first. So here's my white mat, and I'm just going to put it in. Right? All right, and then we're going to hit go. By the way, while we're cutting this out, for those that have been following my mother's story, she went to the senior center yesterday. It was her first day in the program called Trask, and they had a big band, and she said everybody was dancing, but you needed a partner, which she didn't have. And I thought, oh, that's kind of sad. And that she said the food was excellent and they keep you very busy. And she said that it was like a really long day, and she was tired when she came home. And she had a little snack for dinner because they had fed her twice. They fed her like this buffet breakfast. I don't know what they had. She told me, but I forget. And then lunch with the big band and everything else. And that was just really fun. So she had a good time, and she slept like a baby. So she'd been approved for 5 days a week. But until she gets up to speed, she's just going to be going 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and I think Friday. And they come and they pick her up and then they drop her off. It was like effortless. It was so easy. And the people there are just so wonderful. So I'm so glad. So glad. So look, here's our first one done. Now we're going to go on to the next one, but I'm not going to do the white one yet because I have to prepare that. So let's do the red one next. So while the red one's cutting, I'm going to take this off here. This is a brand new mat, so it's really sticky. All right, I do have to hit go on my iPad. So yes, Ina had a really good time. I think that she was kind of worn out because you have to think about she spent the last few months kind of just to herself. I mean, I interact with her, but really not a whole lot of interactions. My son, I was gonna say my husband. I don't have a husband, so my son came upstairs and she wasn't home yet, and he was like, "Where's where's Nana?" Like he was really concerned. He's like, "Where'd Nana go?" And I'm like, "Oh, she's at the senior center." And he was like, "Oh, okay." But he's makes a habit of coming in and saying hello to her and all that. So, which is a lovely thing. So that was pretty cool. My sister Teresa, who is the oldest and also probably the most motherish, even though she never had kids, but she's like a super mother figure. Had she had she was like, oh, I don't know. Oh wait, let me check a roll. Honey. Oh, nice. Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. You're using two monitors, a phone, and an iPad. Oh, I'm so glad April's here. Oh my God, you guys, so much fun. You got to hear this. So I was talking to April because she came on the show yesterday, I think it was, and we were talking about it. And I'm like, April, you got to come on Saturday night, please. It'll be fun. And she said, yeah. And then April's got amazing ideas. She's got like awesome ideas. So she's like, well, what we could do is have guest speakers and all of this. And I'm like, yeah, this sounds so great. So she's going to join me tomorrow night. And I hope she join us, I should say, tomorrow night. Remember, tomorrow night at 6 o'clock is our our, what are we calling it? I don't even know what we're calling it, but it's like special project. So it's not our usual programming, and we're going to actually be making some projects that I'll show you what they are. Okay. So here is the red one is done. What's up next? The black one. So let's put the black one in. I'm so excited about that, April. I'm so excited. I love to collaborate, as I think you guys would know, but I love to collaborate. I love getting your input. So the idea of this sort of, what do you call it? Zoom. Sorry, I'm just like thinking two things at once. The idea of the Zoom and everything is just so much fun to me. I don't know why I didn't think of it in the first place, but I'm just so glad about it. And I hope that we can, it's sort of like date night. And I'm not sure if we're going to have it on YouTube yet. But I remember when we were talking about it, and we decided, hey, if we're doing a project, that we'd put it on YouTube. So I think if we can make that happen, look at me trying to clean off this pad. Okay, the black's already done. And what's next? Pink. Pink is up next. Right. So I'm thinking of all the possibilities, and then we can get. Well, we're gonna try. I'm gonna try, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna work with April after the show, and we'll have it all ready for tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock. And no, you do not need to be a patron on my Patreon page to be part of this. You simply need to just be able to go on the Zoom, which is great because most people can do that. And it's fairly simple. And we're doing the first show that we do, we're going to do it just free files, because we want people to get used to the idea on how to do the Zoom. And then we're going to just kind of work our way up to fancier and more like advanced files. Now there will probably be cost associated with it. However, April also has some gift certificates or gift cards from Dreaming Tree, so we can go ahead and look with all the other designers and find out, you know, maybe they can give us little extras or something. So this is the last one we have to do, the white, and this is the one that has the writing on it. So let's go ahead and put in our pen, because remember, writing always happens first. And then we'll do the writing Happy Valentine's Day. This is, by the way, the 1.0 inch permanent marker in black. I don't know if it will fill in the letters, but that's my hope, is that it will. And if it doesn't, you decide. You could add your own text, or you can just eliminate it from the text and do a stamp on it if you want. So there's a lot of options here for that particular stamp or that particular file, you know, that kind of file. So yeah, it's kind of looking really, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of looking really thick. Okay. Oh, and as far as what we're going to be doing tomorrow, again, this is the first time. Oops. Pause. Up. Go. Yeah, I don't like the way that came out, but let's go ahead and hit resume. Oh, I forgot. Look at that. I forgot. Now this is just the part from the back. So so I'm gonna leave it like this so that you can see what it did. All right, I'm gonna put this back. All right, now we've got all of our pieces cut, and we don't need our iPad anymore. We are going to need to put these all out and sort of figure them out together. So obviously this didn't all cut out, so I have to go in there and take all of these little extra cuts out. I think the last time I used the Joy, I thought, you know, I got to change the blade, but I haven't done that yet. So I could have maybe tricked it out a little and used like the heavy cardstock version until I got a new blade, but oh well, here we go. So that piece you can see is, where's my, oh, I don't know where my glue is. Where'd my glue go? Is that the only thing I forgot? Oh, hold on a second, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Sorry. All right. Got my glue, and I also got my True Control knife so that I can make sure that all of the cuts on this are nice and sharp. See that? Okay, so to put this together, first thing we're going to do is just lay out all the pieces. So here is, this one's going to go here, and this one is going to go here. All right, and then we've got this one that has this, it has these other hearts. I don't know where the third one is. Oh, here's the third one. Okay, so there's that. And then you'll see you also have this thing. That's going to be the part that this heart goes on, so we don't actually need it for assembly. And then you'll have these pieces right here. Okay, so first let's go ahead and glue these pieces onto each other. That's the first part. All right. A lot of glue here, so because it's a big piece and there's lots of holes in it, lots of hearts in it. So, there we go. Okay. So here we take this and we're going to put this right on here. Okay, so it's also Joyful Friday, and it's also Friday is when we pick somebody who hasn't won a cutie yet that is following me. We decided to change it to be the person, a person that is watching the show because it's so much more fun. So I'm going to let Loretta find out who hasn't won a cutie lately and who hasn't won a cutie and she's going to pick our Friday cutie winner. Okay, so, oops. Loretta, you got that, right? I know you're on top of it. All right, so here we go. This piece is going to go right on there. Cute, right? All right, and then we'll do the third piece with the hearts. And then that's it. That's it. That's all we need for glue. I mean, we can glue the back too if we wanted to. You can glue this to the back. And again, you could stamp this if you wanted to. It's up to you what you want to do on that. All right. And then this one. Okay. All right. So we got the three. These are the main pieces. So this is going to be, look at it like this is going to be the back piece, is going to be the middle piece, this is going to be the front piece, okay? And then we have these other three pieces. Now, they look the same, but they're not the same. There's two that are smaller than the other one. So this one is the big one. It's going to be in the middle. Okay, and this takes a little thought. So, so if I don't get it right the first time, you guys know that that I'm just trying. I'm trying, right? So this is going to be like this, okay? And then what we're going to do is going to take our larger of the two pieces and we are going to put it through the middle right here, okay? I think. Let me just check. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to do it here in the middle for the Cupid. There we go. And then in the back for the heart. See that? Now we've got these two pieces and gently we're going to put them the same thing. The first slit goes in the first piece, the second slit goes in the second piece, and the third slit goes into the third piece. Now, we might have to mess around a little bit the first time we do this, so don't be all like, oh my God, I can't do it, because you can. It just takes a little bit of practice, okay? So then we're going to take this last piece, and again, we're going to put this slit in there, this slit in here, and then this slit in there. Now, we did have one of these projects that we did, and believe it or not, that's it. You're done. Isn't that adorable? Oh, it's so cute. The only thing is that there's no glue, you know, so it depending on how you pick it up, it might cause problems, but it should kind of stay together. So there it is. And you can see, you can fold it like this, and you can write your Valentine on the back, or if we had done this right, it didn't really come out that great. So that's what we would do, or stamp it, or do something like that. Look, here, I got some stamps. I don't know if I have my stamp thing, but let's grab, oh, I need a color. How about this color? So this is a chalk ink, but it's purpley, and let's choose, I made this card for you. How's that? So we're going to take this one, and this is the sticky part. This sticky part's supposed to go onto the acrylic block. So here's an acrylic block, and I'm just going to place this on here. And then I'm going to take my ink and ink this up. Do it real good. I hope this color is going to show up on the red. Okay. And then we're going to put it right here. Oops. There it is. I made this card for you. How cute is that? And we can put it right here on the back. And then you can pop this into an envelope. And you will be, here it is. You will be very much, or you can write your name. I don't care what you do. Do it. It's your thing. Do it for whatever you like to do. Now, obviously, yes, I know, Gloria. I know, Gloria. Oh my God, I'm working on it. So here we go. That is our completed Cupid. Isn't it adorable? So cute. I don't want to be giving away too many things because I can't keep up. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be giving that one away. But again, now this, because this is somebody else's file, I cannot, ethically, I cannot just say, okay, here is the file. And in fact, I don't think I can even do that in Design Space. I don't think it will allow me to share it. So if you want to do this sort of card, you may need to purchase it. And there are similar cards in Design Space that will also work on the Joy. But, I always get concerned because people are always like, well, I don't want to have to pay any more than already I pay with my subscription. And I understand that. There's a lot in Design Space. There's just a lot in Design Space. And so, but sometimes you just want a different, perspective, a different kind of file. And that's where like tomorrow night's going to come in. So tomorrow night, even though tomorrow night will be free for the files, going forward, it's probably going to include a paid file. So on Saturday night, did I say Friday night? I hope I said Saturday night. We'll be doing probably a larger file. It will be a Zoom, and you can ask all kinds of questions. Both April and I will be there, and we decided for tomorrow night, since it's our first time, let's go on over to 3D SVG.com. That's the company we're going to do. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to look up here and look for free SVG files. Okay. And we're going to do this one. So I'm going to show you how you would get this onto your computer. Okay. So this one here is called a Petite Cake, and it is actually, I think, a little box. So I'm going to go ahead and add it to my cart. It doesn't cost anything, but I still need to go through the process. Okay. So that one I'm going to add to the cart, and then I'm trying to show you what's the next one that we're going to do. I want to do the Pumpkin Kitty bag, which, oh, look at the doggy bag. Oh my God, we have to do the doggy bag. All right, so we're going to do the doggy bag and continue shopping. And what else do we have that we're going to do? I want to find my Pumpkin Kitty one. Now, there are a lot of files, so you do need to look for these. I'm sure you can search them as well. So we decided on a card, and I think the card was the Bloom and Grow card. This one here, Bloom and Grow card, which I have already downloaded, so I'm not going to put that in my box, but you put it in if you haven't already downloaded it. Okay. And then the last one is, where's Pumpkin Kitty? Pumpkin Kitty, where are you? All right, let's pretend Pumpkin Kitty's there. Now you'll see I have 2 in my cart. I'm going to go to cart. right? And because it doesn't cost anything, I'm just going to check out. Now, I am a returning customer. If you're not, you choose new customer, but I'm a returning customer, and I'm just going to type in my email address. And I'm trying to remember what my password is. I think it's this, but let's see. Log in. Nope. Okay. Let's try this one. Yep, it did. All right. So in my shopping cart, you'll see I have records. I have a lot of things. So I'm going to actually get out of here because I want to show you how to do this. So here are two of the files that we're going to do tomorrow, right? So then I hit checkout. I don't have to pay anything. I do have to pretend like it's an order, right? And I confirm it. And once I confirm it, I can then download the file. So it said click here for the file. So I'm going to actually go into my account and I'm going to look for my orders. And this is the recent order, you see, 217, right? That's today, right? And then I'm going to go down here, and you see here it says download. So I'm going to hit download and download. And we're going to do the same thing we did today, which if you are on an iPad, you have to go to the files. And then if you're on like a computer, it might unzip it for you already. So that's all I have for today. I hope that you can come tomorrow. Do we find out who the winner is of the cutie? Community follow Cricut Cutie is Diane Woods. Okay, Diane Woods. So Diane, you need to send me an email at missritatotherescue@gmail.com. And then I will be posting the Zoom link later on. I have to figure out the best place to put it so we don't get some sort of porno type of movie going on. So I'll let you know that later on today, okay? That's going to do it for me today. I got to run, and I'll see you all again tomorrow night, I hope. All right, take care. Bye-bye.